Hey, what up there, YouTube? It's Ronell Higgins. We're back with another video. Okay. All right. Now the Earl Spence, excuse me, the Earl Spence and Kell Brooks fight is finally popping off. It'll be in May 20th. I must say, the year 2017 is looking pretty healthy for the sport of boxing. I mean, we are getting some amazing fights so far this year. I mean, the Gennady Golovkin versus Daniel Jacobs, Danny Garcia versus one-time Keith Thurman, and now we have Errol Spence Jr. versus Kell Brooks. Man, it's getting pretty good. It's getting pretty good. All right. Hopefully we'll see Rigondeaux versus Lomachenko next. Whatever. But my take on this, I'm just gonna put my 2 cents into it. On their both Kell Brooks and Errol Spence's strengths and weaknesses going into this fight. Now, for Kell Brooks, okay, I noticed he has some, pretty good hands, fast hands, excellent head movement, and he's pretty good with his foot movement as well. Those are his strengths. Now for Errol Spence, okay, he's same. He's a southpaw. He has pretty good hand speed, real good foot speed, and he has that animal instincts. Excellent reflexes. Okay, now that's both of their strengths. Okay, now the weaknesses for both fighters. Okay, we have Kell Brooks. His weaknesses could be coming down from 160 after that tough fight he had with Gennady Golovkin. Coming down from 160 to 147. I guess his camp was afraid that he might burn muscle, while burning off the fat, to get back down to 147. I guess that was more of their concern, and that's why he was talking about just campaigning at 154 so he won't hurt himself, during the process trying to get back down to 147. So we're going to see how that plays out for him. And for Errol, Spence, okay, his weaknesses is that the fight is going to be in the UK. All right. So I'm thinking, when is he going to leave the States to go to the UK? Because if he leaves Texas to fly to the UK, okay, to fight Kell Brooks, that can play a part in damage. Because I was doing some research on jet lag for long flights, like how long will it take for the body to recover. And when it popped up, it was talking about from New York to UK. They say a person like who take those long type of flights, usually you have to give yourself 6 days to recover from the jet lag, and time to let your body adjust to the time zones and all. So, but in this case, in the case of Errol Spence, he's not flying from New York. He's flying from Texas, okay, all the way to the UK, on the other side of the world. I mean, it's, leaving Texas for, 3 days to fly over to the UK, man, it could do some damage on his part. Now, some may say, well, nah, that's not true because look what Joe Calzaghe did to Bernard Hopkins. I mean, he flew over here and he still was dominant. Well, and with that being said, see, Joe Calzaghe did not leave the UK in 3 days, okay, to fly over here to fight Hopkins. In fact, Joe Calzaghe was training over here in the United States, okay? He was training right here down in Florida, okay? And I guess he left Florida for the fight. I think the fight was in Las Vegas, if I remember. Yeah, it was in Las Vegas, I believe. I guess he left there for like a day or two, or 3 days or two before the fight. But leaving Florida all the way to Las Vegas is not the same thing as leaving Texas all the way to the UK. I truly hopes that they do their homework on this, like the jet lag and all, because look at Gennady Golovkin. I mean, how he looked in that fight with Kell Brooks, okay, when it was over in England. And I believe what Gennady Golovkin is now making his home here. I believe he lives in California or something like that. Man, he looked sick in that fight. He wasn't himself. You know, and it was reports that he was sick. It was probably the jet lag. All right, so and the only thing that saved him from an awful night, like suffering his first loss, was his power. He ended up breaking Kell Brook's eye socket. So, and hey, they, stopped the fight. So that's my two takes. That's my takes, my 2 cents on, this topic here. If Errol Spence could like leave, Florida, Texas, or like 3 weeks before the fight or 2 weeks before the fight, should, play in his favor. But we're gonna see, how this whole thing play out. I'm expecting to see a pretty good fight. Thank God 2017 is looking good for boxing. And once again, my name is Ronell Higgins, and this is Ronell Hill Boxing Reports. Like and subscribe. I'm out.